Hi, I'm Gina and I'm back, and I wanted to share a little bit of my testimony with you. You see, before I understood what addiction was, my son was struggling with addiction. And when he was 17 years old, I had to make the decision that no parent wants to make, and I had to put him out of my home. My son ended up at a homeless encampment right outside of the Angel Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California. I hadn't seen him active on social media for quite a bit, so I had sought somebody out on his Facebook and asked if they could help me find him, and they said, sure, come on up. I made the 2-hour drive up there to find him and drove around for about 2 hours trying to meet this person, and they never met up with me. So I made another hard decision and decided that I was going to go ahead and walk this homeless encampment by myself. Pulled under the freeway, bowed my head, and prayed really hard for God to be with me because I was alone, I was scared, trying to find my son, and I'm in this homeless encampment as a woman by myself. Got out of my car and it was raining like crazy, raining so hard the rain was actually coming through the umbrella. When I got to the fence, there was a car that had pulled up, so I turned my head and there was a gentleman who got out of his car. Scared a little bit, the gentleman came up and I was actually comforted. He asked me why I was there, and as I struggled to let him know why, he told me it was okay. He went and turned off his car and he said, you're not going to walk here alone. So we walked and we talked and we shared our information so we could communicate further. He then told me about his nephew had struggled with addiction, and he knew about a place that his nephew had gotten sober at. It was raining, so there wasn't a whole lot of people out, and it's kind of funny because he asked me, he's like, out of all these people, how are we going to find your son? And I had to tell him, he's a 6'6" white kid. It's not going to be that hard. Well, he did it. He befriended him. He took him jackets, blankets, took him to eat a few times, brought him food too. And then I randomly got a phone call from him saying that my son no longer wanted to communicate with him and that he was still going to try, but for right now he was going to take a little bit of a break. I received a call from my son, and he said that he was ready to get sober, and he asked me to call the gentleman, which I did. He didn't even want to spend one more night on the street. He asked me to call the gentleman. I did, and we arranged it and got him picked up, and my son went and got sober. So my son has been sober ever since, and that gentleman, he's still invested in our life. And if you ask me if angels walk this earth, yes, they do.